and welcome back to my place. It feels like a very long time. In fact, it's been more than 4 months because I've been locked up with the COVID handbrake. But it's been great because I've been able to reset and spend some time developing new designs to share with you all for Christmas. The first design I want to share, I did for Prestige Botanicals and I called it Autumn Rubies. Well, for here at Astar's place, I thought I would change it up and I've called it, are you ready for it? Oh, it's such a good name. Christmas Rubies, and it's beautiful and it's really easy to put together. So here we have the vase, beautiful vase, and yes, I can see you. I can still see you. It's going to be a little bit tall, but it's also going to be a little bit, not like a Hogarth curve, but more rounded out. I did a little bit in my time of being in lockdown. I've been looking at all of the great, or what I call the mistresses or the grandmothers of floristry, and Constance Spry did a lot of dish typed or like a lazy S designs over her career, and I just felt it was time to bring it back, and it makes for a really stunning design. So what I've got here is a black vase, and for those of you have been watching Astar's Place for quite some time, I painted or spray painted the base, a shiny sort of, not quite that shiny, but quite shiny base, and then I had decoupage this. Well, I didn't like it, so over the top of that I have just slapped over my chalk paint, and the recipe, quick, I'll let you know what the recipe is because it's a really good recipe. 1/3 of a cup of plaster of Paris mixed in with 1/3 of a cup of water, mix it to a nice smooth consistency and add that to a cup of flat matte acrylic paint. Slap on 2 coats, let it dry between each coat, and you will have this most amazing vase that reminds me, it's a little bit like velvet, and I thought it would be perfect, just a little luster down here, the dullness up here, to come into new flowers and foliage that I have just got into here at Prestige Botanicals. I'm sorry I'm talking so much, but it's just so lovely to be actually able to spend time at your place. But anyway, I went all the way to Canada a couple of years ago to have a look at the maple and the red that comes at this time of the year. I absolutely love it, and I just thought that it does remind me of autumn jewels, and it will be perfect colouring for Christmas. So let's just get into it because it doesn't take long to do this arrangement. Put that down there. Okay, so I've started, and into the, I've also got a couple of branches. So I've put a branch to one side and a branch to the other. I'm not going to have too much of a fiddle at this stage because I can fiddle with it when it is finished. The next thing I want to put into here are a couple of pieces of the green hydrangea, and I really love the colour of this because it's really gives the whole design when it's finished a lovely lift. Also, it's going to be the perfect base to be supporting our flowers on. So that can go into there. So I've just sort of like pretty much like what I've done on one side, I've just done on the other side as well. And I want that more that way there. So just because they're artificial, you can bend and manipulate them to whichever way you want them to go. Now, the next thing I want to share with you is this. A lot of work has gone into this Dusty Miller. I love the dustiness on the outside, and I've been working on this, I suppose, for almost a year, from when it was growing in my garden last year to now being able to share it with you. It's a lovely grey tonal colorway that will just bring your brights down, but also brings that lovely look too of textures to your design. Now this I'm just going to put into there like that, and then just bring that across to this side here. So I'll just show you what I've done. Now if you want to, you can just lift these, or you can have them, so I've got that going down and I've got this sort of coming up ever so slightly, but that's entirely over to you as to what you want to do. The next thing to go into here are these lovely little cupped roses, and I'm just going to press those down and lift that down. So I've just put that on top of the hydrangea leaves, and as I was saying, that just gives that lovely little bit of support so that they've got something to rest on. Now I've got another one here, so I'm just going to bring that over to this side, So it's just a little bit further towards me than that one there is. So we just bring that to there. And I just thought that those roses, it's almost like the last of the summer roses for Christmas. How great would that be? So they're just like going to hang down there. And that's also giving me a little bit more width in my design. Now I've got a bigger rose here that I'm just going to step further into the middle there. Now if that's too high, you can just push that down just a little bit. We'll have a fiddle at the end. Now the next thing I want to put in are, look at these, aren't these just beautiful? I really do love the proteas, and I love all the little detailing in there. And when you get rid of those little bracts, or well actually they're like petals but they're actually called bracts, you've got all those lovely little ladies with their little wee fur coats in the inside. So I thought that they were lovely. Now I've got 4 of those, and I'm just going to just place those into the center of my design. I'm doing that because these are the heaviest of my flowers. So as I've talked about it in the past, the eye hits the very finest little points and then it just drifts in to the bigger points in the center of your design. So that's what I've done, just like those big heavy forms just go clunk into the center and they'll just give you your anchor to stop you all the movement. Right, the next thing I wanted to put into here, let me just bring them across to here. You can't have Christmas without holly, and I really love this little red berry on here, and it's just going to help further, you know, when I talk about small, medium and large, or light, medium and dark, that's how you get the diffusions and that transition in your design. So you've got these big heavy red flowers here, and then just by placing that with it, it just breaks that up just a little bit, and it's just a little bit gentler on the eye. So with these, what I thought I would do, normally I would go to the other side of the design, but I've decided I don't want to do that. I'd like to group these on this side so that there's more of an impact, because I'm only using 2. So that can go into there like so. So see what I mean? So I've got that extra big rose over that side, and then just bringing the berries over to this side. It just helps to balance out the weight of that red. Now, these are also my favorite. I love these little snowberries, and I just thought that they would be beautiful in with to lighten up this whole design, because this is quite dark down the bottom and the reds are quite dark, and you've got this lovely tonal value of the Dusty Miller, and just to give it a little bit of a lift, I thought that these would be perfect. So I'm just going to put one into there, and I'll step the other one up and into there. Now look at that. Bring! Here we are, fantastic colourings. I love it. Now, the last to go in are going to be these cones. So I'm just going to bring one into there, and the other one I'll bring down and over and into there. Look at that. They need to be placed a little bit better than that, but that gives you an indication of where I'm going. So when we do the pickups at the end, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Merry Christmas, everyone, and thank you for letting me into your homes. I'll see you again another day.